Well, g'day guys, CorronZenith here. Today I was delivered some art supplies. Well guys, let's give this a crack. Oh, look at that. Neat little note come out. It says, "Hey CorronZenith, please enjoy and God bless. Cheers." It is from BrewMagoo 17. IPA all grain. You bloody beauty. And another one. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to cold crash these babies and we'll get the review happening. 17 BrewMagoo, you're a legend. Well, g'day guys, it's CorronZenith here, and today I have a very, very, very nice treat. Not just for you blokes out there, but for me, because this is the 17 IPA all grain version, brewed by Mr. BrewMagoo in Canada, Manitoba, I think, and this is 6.6% ABV, and it is 80 IBUs, and I had the amazing pleasure of working on this label with BrewMagoo, and it's just so awesome, you know, to think, you know, this recipe has been collectively brewed around the world, collectively created, and yeah, and I'm all the way in South Australia working on a label in my living room, and it's, you know, the wonder of technology. It's sent to someone who's actually doing the all grain, and then it gets sent back to me bottled with this amazing beverage on the inside of it. So let's give this a crack, guys. I'm really excited. It's quite a warm day here, so it's probably the best time to be enjoying a nice IPA. This has been chilling for quite some time, at least 4 days, in quite a cold fridge, and also it's relatively clear, but slightly hazy. And Mr. Magoo himself did mention that he forgot to use a Wolf-Lock tablet in the brewing process, so it may be a tiny bit hazy, but it's a really good looking beer. So let's go for this, guys. We'll give it a crack. Wow, that was a decent hiss. Very decent hiss. Be as gentle as I can with this pour. Alright. Wow. Look at that. Let's give this a nose. Look at that beautiful caramel pillowy head. Beautiful. Let's give this a nose. Off the bat, it does smell slightly similar to the original 17 IPA, which was an extract recipe. The first thing I'm getting off the bat is citrus. I'm definitely getting some citrus there, but also the married with the citrus, you know, is this sweet malt type of fragrance, and it's really pleasant, and they both hit you in the nose at the exact same time. Very sort of amalgamated layers type of effect. I'll have one more nose and then I'll dive in. I'm almost getting a sense of a slight caramelized honey, caramelly honey type of scent. There is some citra hops coming, citrus type flavour, the hops coming through, but it's not intrusive with hop profile, the hop profile, may have dissipated in time. I know BrewMagoo did mention that this was aging well with regards to the malt, and naturally some of the hops will disappear. Sorry, that's a little spider there. Cheers, Mr. Magoo. Let's give this a crack. Oh, wow. Wow. Definitely, I have to say, almost on par, bitterness-wise. This is going to sound a bit odd, but the bitterness, if my memory serves me well, trying to, marry the two IPAs up together next to each other. One of the things about this one is that the bitterness carries a lot more fruitiness. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. It's just a lot more fruity. The bitterness, that is, pardon me. But the hop profile is definitely not as strong as the IPA that I had. But in saying that, that was a very young IPA. The hops were still very prominent and very hop forward. This has aged quite well, and let's not forget, guys, this beer has actually was in transit for 10 weeks, okay, maybe even over 10 weeks, so I don't know how old this was beforehand, but it's aged very well. Let's give it another taste. Wow. This is a very refreshing beverage. The bitterness is definitely there, but I also know that bitterness can dissipate in time, but I don't think a lot of the bitterness would have dissipated in this amount of time. It's more the hop aroma and flavour that would dissipate well before the bitterness ever would. But wow, this is a very, very pleasant beer. Now, the hops are definitely there. I know that BrewMagoo, he mentioned, I think it was on the 17 Brew Crew, that he wasn't able, or sorry, actually I think it was in one of his videos when he was brewing this up, he mentioned that he wasn't able to get some of the hops, and that obviously will change the effect compared to the original 17 IPA, and it may have been a couple of hops that he had to omit and then add some other ones in. I'm not 100% sure which hops they were, guys, so I do apologise, but you're more than welcome to ask the Magoo man himself. Very nice beer. One of the things BrewMagoo did tell me online, he said that this beer is, pardon me, it's aging really well with regards to the malt, and he is so right. He is so right. The malt is definitely the hero here. Very much the hero. It's really aged well. I'd love to know. I can't remember the original recipe off my bat in terms of the all grain. I'm not an all grain, so some of that stuff kind of goes over my head a little bit. I'm still learning, but this is the malt that he used as the base is absolutely fantastic. It's really held up well to time. I guess there's no surprise there because, you know, an all grain is 100% craft, and it can definitely age well. But this is a fantastic beverage. BrewMagoo, you are a legend. This is a fantastic beer. There is some slight fruitiness to it on the back end, but really all you get from start to finish with this particular beer is it's refreshing. The bitterness is there for most of the time that you're experiencing what this is on the palate. It's from start to finish. The bitterness is almost always there. It dissipates roughly near the end of the experience, but the malt characteristic from start to finish is a very pleasant, slightly sweet, caramelly character, and it is absolutely delicious. It goes down well. that it's got a really nice mouthfeel. It's got quite, for a light type of IPA style beer, it's actually got a very good mouthfeel. For a beer that's apparently roughly 80 IBUs, it actually leaves you it leaves your palate really quite clean at the end of it. Fantastic. It's a really fantastic beer. It's got some nice lacing there. Yeah. Oh, hang on. Yeah, hang on. What I'm getting is I'm getting still on the nose, even though the head's dissipated. I'm getting citrus, some citrus type fruits, and like a honey type of caramelly scent with the malt. It's sticking around. It's a fantastic beer, man. You know what? Honestly, BrewMagoo, if you were, I would love to see you what else you could actually make using this malt as your base. You know, let us know if you've already done other beers using a very similar malt base, because this malt is the bloody hero, man. It is really decent quality, and it just shows how well you all grain and about your process and how you do things, because this malt is just... Look, I know it's an IPA. I know that it's probably dissipated over time in terms of the profile of the hops in the IPA, but really the only thing that that I keep going back to is this malt. This, you know, hey man, malt's the hero at the end of the day when it comes to your beers. It can be a blank canvas, or it can be the hero throughout the process, and this is a fantastic malt backbone, one of the best that I've ever had, Mr. Magoo, so thank you so much. Please, I'd love to know if you've done a beer like this using a similar base of malt. If you haven't, man, hey, not that it's a challenge, but I'd love to see you create something with a very similar, and even do like an IPA, you know, just using just I don't know, like a combination of just a couple of hops, allowing the malt to be the hero, but just have some nice flavour aroma hops in there or something. Oh, I don't know, but this is a fantastic malt backbone. Yes, it's a shame that in my tasting of this particular beer, a lot of the hops have dissipated. A lot. There's not a lot there. There's some aroma left with regards to citrus fruits that are sort of coming through, and there's bitterness, but I'm not getting much anything else. But that's probably because of the fact that it's aged and it was in transit for a long time. I've got one more of these beers left, and I'll add to the notes if I need to, if I discover anything new. But man, BrewMagoo, this beer, this malt is sensational. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Bless you, man. Wow. Love the community. Guys, check out 17brewcrew.com. Give it a look. It's well worth it. I've still got some bitterness there on the back end. It's quite nice. Still going. Anyway, sorry, I digress. 17 IPA, guys. Please do yourself a favour. Give it a crack. If you're an all grainer or an extractor, you know, experienced home brewer, or experienced amateur like myself, please give it a crack, guys. You won't be disappointed. And this isn't just a beer, guys. It's the first ever 17 Brew Crew collaborative beer. This is history and community in a bottle. Give it a crack. God bless you guys and your loved ones. Please take it easy. Enjoy this year. Find any reason you can to be thankful, and enjoy each other's company. Okay. Truly, this is an awesome beer. 17 to you, my friend Magoo. This is beautiful. Seriously. Look at that. Oh man. For some reason, the second bottle, that little beauty there, has retained slightly more hop profile. I don't know why, but yeah, I'm definitely getting a little bit more of a robust hop character. Not as much, but it's definitely there a little bit more than my first tasting. Sensational beer, Magoo. 17. Oh yeah.